Sometimes we just want to yell, "What were you thinking?" at one of our direct reports. I get it. With everything on our plates, the last thing a senior leader needs is to babysit a manager who doesn't have the emotional intelligence needed to actually lead their team. But the challenge is that a lot of these folks also have that industry knowledge that we really need. That's why they've been promoted into leaders in the first place. So we really can't afford to lose them. So what can we do? So here's the good news. Emotional intelligence can be taught. It's a competency just like other leadership skills required to do a great job and really lead in these larger roles. It's a muscle that we can learn and build over time and make it a true habit. But here's a tip when you're helping one of your leaders to build that emotional intelligence. Start with one area of focus. Start on one observable behavior. Make it a big one, make it important, and make it specific. Do they need to work on managing their emotions when they're in a challenging situation? Do they need to work on giving more feedback or getting more feedback and not being defensive? Do they need to learn to appreciate people more, including all their stakeholders? Or maybe they need to explain the rationale of their decisions more often instead of just barking a few orders and going on. All of these are things that can make a huge difference. And of course, as a senior leader, we want them to do all of it, right? We're like, all that should be fixed. But the problem is that trying to get them to fix everything at one time is going to be incredibly challenging, especially as you're trying to improve that emotional intelligence. So you want to pick one that's going to align with their motivation and their success and help them focus first on that particular one. This is going to be more impactful than giving them like a generic laundry list of things that are wrong or just telling them to improve their self-awareness. And then you ask them regularly on how it's going. How is that one skill working? What's working? What's not? And reinforce how important it is. The cool thing is that as that muscle gets worked for self-awareness, it doesn't just get applied to that situation. It actually gets applied to other challenges they're having as well. They start to be aware of how they're acting in other situations, not just that one particular scenario. And a lot of times these behaviors are tied together. It's like a string of pearls. When you break the string, a lot of those bad habits can fall away, and it really helps them because that self-awareness starts to expand beyond just that one thing that they're really focusing on. So in the comments below, tell us, what do you think is a great cornerstone behavior that your leaders could work on that would really help to expand their emotional intelligence to not just make them the good industry leaders they are, but the great leaders for scale that we all need? Share below in the comments or feel free to reach out to us if we can help. Thanks so much.